if you would have told me before Guardians 1 that one of the most emotional arcs that you will have in all of the MCU will be a CGI raccoon, I would have laughed in your face. But this movie, the way that they tell Rocket's story, who's always been an entertaining character.
He's been a fan favorite.
And you've known that he's gone through some stuff since the very first, when he's got the gun pointed at Drax and they're yelling at each other in Guardians 1, that he's kind of traumatized. But the way that this movie uses his story, his origin story, as the emotional pull we talked about in our Ant-Man video, how there's not like a strong emotional that brings you into the story and makes Kang feel like very threatening. Whereas with Rocket's origin story and the way that the High Evolutionary is played, you get this sense of like urgency.
Mm-hmm.
And you get that sense of the heart that brings, because it's so easy with the Guardians, because there's so many laughing moments, to be like, we want to tell a seriousness. This is the third one. Are we going to kill somebody? And I love that James Gunn, one, he didn't kill anybody off before he left. So all of these actors have the potential to come back to Marvel if they get offered a movie. But also, we get that gut-wrenching, heartstrings pulled in a different, subverted way, because we're not expecting to see just the emotional toll that seeing like the torture of animals does to somebody. And it's not a way that we, like a lot of movies I think would have been afraid to show you as much as they show you that they do to Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, for this movie to be a funny Guardians movie, and funny is probably not a fun and enjoyable film, it's pretty dark.
Yeah, this
like,
is one of the few
I haven't had a
take
chance.
kids to.
So I haven't had a chance to talk to my brother-in-law yet, Frank. His favorite series in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Guardians, and I know that he was taking his son Friday to see it, and Levi is 9, and I know that he recently went to the SPCA and was like crying because of the animals there. So I'm certain. I can't wait to hear what his response was to this movie, but I think it's a good point of like juxtaposing the two of Ant-Man Quantumania versus this film, where Ant-Man, there weren't the stakes there. So I needed somebody to die so that it felt like, oh wow, we met Kang and this thing happened. I give so much more credit to James Gunn and this writing crew, because I think if you would have killed somebody, it almost devalues some of the other stuff, but it still has this incredible weight without needing that. Ant-Man needed those stakes to be raised because there wasn't that emotional equity that we were given to the audience. Here, we're given so much equity that the head fakes here, there, where everybody, is this where Drax is going to die? Oh my gosh, is Mantis going to die? Oh my gosh, is this where Nebula ends? Is Rocket going to die? Is Peter going to die? Oh, there's so many moments, and then we're triumphant. And maybe that's just the eternal optimist in me of getting the movie moment of, they're happy.